Morning, everybody. Christopher here, and welcome back to Fossil Forward Finds. Uh, I figured because Jurassic June is quickly coming to a close as we approach July, and the fact that we are also approaching the new Jurassic Park movie, that I should celebrate at least one Fossil Friday here on the channel. So, much like we did with cats last week, we are going to go through the top 10 uh, best dinosaur postcard sales in the past 90 days. Slightly curated so I don't show you repeats of things. But I was a little surprised, I will admit, because if you watch, a bunch of the other postcard dealers on YouTube, dinosaurs are always brought up as a popular postcard topic. And I agree. I think they should be one of the best postcard topics. So I was expecting, you know, I was expecting a little bit more. Um, Sell through rate for the last 90 days was 5.5%. So, you know, basically average for a postcard. I was expecting that to be higher. Um, and then the average sale price was $6.66. You got a lot of people doing 50-cent auctions. That's going to drive that down real quickly, anyways. But that's enough blabbering. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so I'm going to start at the bottom and then work my way up to the top. Um, so the first one I'm going to show you today is this Allosaurus skeleton from the American Museum of Natural History. I don't think I've seen this postcard before, but it's nicely done. Allosaurus was a Jurassic Age theropod dinosaur. And so the back says it's preying on Brontosaurus, so, your long-necked dinosaur. Anyways, it sold for $15.99. Um, and buyer paid shipping as well, ground advantage shipping. So this could go eBay standard envelope if you like, um, but the seller chose not to go that route. Um, let's see. I don't even know how you pronounce that. Mono. It's like a Triceratops, but one horn. It's a ceratopsian dinosaur. Um, Monoclonius. Just because I have a degree in paleontology doesn't mean I can pronounce any of this nonsense. Um, but this reconstruction is at the Peabody Museum in Yale. Wow, should go back to bed. Jadzia did have me up at 3 a.m. this morning with her little murder knives. So yeah, it's in the Hall of Reptiles. Not bad. Another $15.99 sale. And this one was going eBay standard envelope. So haven't seen that one either. Next, we got an artist illustration of Como Bluffs, Wyoming. So let's see what we got on the back here. Yeah, another Allosaurus. That's what I thought. Got a Stegosaur in the background, Pterosaur flying above. Nice little piece. 1995, and eBay standard envelope. I don't know if we have a copyright is 1942. That's a neat one. All right, Dinosaur Trackways. I'm a big fan of Dinosaur Trackways. I didn't study these ones, but my undergrad thesis was focused on Dinosaur Trackways in Massachusetts. But these ones are out in Arizona, Cameron, Arizona, and so it's a real photo postcard too. So I'm actually surprised this didn't go higher. Um, I probably would have started this higher to begin with. I wonder. Can we see what the bid history is? They started at $14.99. Yeah, I don't know. I think I would have gone higher on this one to start. Date's 1907. I'm not sure where they got their date from. But in any case, that's a really cool piece. That would stay in my collection for sure. Uh, Alrighty. So we got a Belgian postcard of an iguanodon. Iguanodon's got the distinctive little thumb spike there. $23.99 on sale. I only paid $1 shipping, so I'm guessing it's going envelope with a stamp, which I would never do, especially for something that expensive. It would definitely go ground advantage for me. Maybe it still is. Maybe they only charging the dollar. I don't know. Um, but a nice card there. See, we're slowly creeping up. This is more what I was expecting for the bulk of single cards, where the bulk of single cards were actually $10 or less. A lot of them in that 50-cent range. Which, all right, so we're starting to get into lots. I actually have most, if not all, of these. I'm not sure. Dinosaurs are my next one to organize. I just finished my Star Trek and sci-fi collection last night, so we'll be hitting the dinosaurs next, um, then probably space, and then I'll finally tackle the cats. But um, these are some classic illustrations. You'll see them in books. They've been put on stamps, posters, all sorts of things. Kalmanoff, Matthew Kalmanoff. So there's 29 postcards in this lot. 1985, and it went for $24.99 plus free ground advantage shipping. I personally would have broken these out. Probably can get $5-6 each, so you definitely would have made a bit more off on it that way. Takes longer for sure, but when you do it that way, you can say, all right, we have a Diplodocus, we have a Triceratops, etc., 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 and you get more keywords out there, so it's more likely to be seen. This one's just a little derpy dinosaur, but it's all right. So in the title, they wrote Ankylosaurus, which is what it says on the back. That's not a thing. Uh, it's loosely based on Ankylosaurus, um, but whatever. You know, there's always a big question when there's typos on the card. Do you write it as is, or do you write the correct? Um, I kind of go back and forth. I try to put both in if I can. But I don't think people are actually going to be searching for Ankylosaurus unless they see this video and specifically want it in their collection. But anyways, it went on 4 bids for $26, free shipping. They started this one at $9.98. Yeah, depending on what the sales history, that might have been a reasonable start. I probably would have done more like $14.99, not having looked up to see if there's any other Ankylosauruses out there. I guess this is in New York. Interesting. Wonder if it's still around. Let's see. Oh, we got some what looks to be more iguanodons. We got some what looks like thumb spikes there, but this is kind of cool. These dinosaurs are made out of snow, and it's from Switzerland. Let's see. Do we got anything on the back? Nothing I can read. I think that's just your classic postcard information. I can't read what it says down there either. But this is a cool card. I've not seen this one before. 2 bids, $28. Started at $14.95. Okay. And $5 shipping. So that's pretty neat. All right. To another lot here, $53.10. We got 10 postcards from the British Museum. Yeah. Not bad. They're definitely old style illustrations back in the old view of how we looked at dinosaurs. And some of these aren't dinosaurs, but they're of dinosaur age, so I'll allow it. Not that I really have a say in the matter. Looks like it came with a little cover or booklet, which is kind of cool. Let's see. Series number 1, Restorations of Extinct Reptiles. That's pretty cool. I've not seen these before, which I guess is sort of a theme here. Oh, it's actually comes with a booklet too. It's really neat. That's a nice little lot there. All right, and then our top dinosaur sale for the past 90 days comes from this. This is a lot of Japan postcards. I tried Google Lensing this, but the image is just too small to really get an idea of what it's saying. But it's basically telling you the stats of the animal. It'll be telling you where you found it, the size, its age, etc., etc. Name, pterodon there. Technically not a dinosaur, but whatever. But yeah, there were 21 cards in all. I wish the pictures were better. But you can see it's another sort of like very old school kaiju kind of style illustration. And again, we got a mix of dinosaurs and not dinosaurs, but they're all basically of the right age. So that's pretty cool. $116.14, free shipping. And before we finish off, I have to pet peeve. So this is it's a cool card. It's from Denmark, showcasing a prehistoric sloth. Went for 8 bids, $46. Started at $5.95, so that went up pretty good. 3 bidders. But my pet peeve: not all prehistoric creatures are dinosaurs, and I understand it gets you into that keyword search, but it's just spammy. Sloths are mammals. Anyways, get off my soapbox. Do Google a giant sloth if you haven't seen one before. They are pretty remarkable. The Cincinnati Museum in Ohio has a really fantastic sloth skeleton, prehistoric sloth, giant sloth, sloth. Anyways, I'm gonna finish this up before I say something else ridiculous. I hope you all had fun watching this. Let me know what your favorite one was below. Do you sell dinosaur postcards? What's your experience been? And I hope you enjoy the rest of your Fossil Friday, rest of Jurassic June. Go see the new Jurassic Park movie next month. We'll catch you on the next one.